I realized I loved her just before I realized I could lose her. Oh my gosh, I forgot to take these off my face. $8.99, $5.09, $5.49, $4.11, $4.99. Hi, I'm B, and this is the healing corner where we healing things. I know I just did a whole bunch, okay? Today is like my off day. I have the whole house to myself, so I try to prioritize like self-care and things that I enjoy doing. I'm trying to like find hobbies to replace smoking weed. And I think I found it, y'all. I'm so excited. So welcome to my first reading vlog. I'm going to introduce y'all to some books that I've been reading. But first, let me take a bite. I made me a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. I went to the store and got the ingredients and everything. Cheers. So yummy. Okay, let's get into the books. The last book I read was Don't Let Him In by Lisa Jewell. And let me tell y'all, if you haven't read in a while or you're just like in a slump, this was like the perfect book to get me out of my slump. Like, I finished it in 2 days. It was good from start to finish. And I love that it was different points of views. I love that the chapters were short. It's not like a super thick book. This is my first book that I've read by Lisa Jewell, and I'm not mad at it. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars because there were certain parts in the book that didn't feel realistic to me. Like, how did that happen? And I'm like that when I watch movies or shows. Like, if it doesn't feel realistic, I am going to critique it. It will take down a star for me. But other than that, it was an easy read. It was a great book, and I can't wait to read more from her. It's basically about this man that is living so many different lives. He's had so many different wives, and he is a pathological liar, basically. Nina just lost her husband, and Ash is her daughter, and she's an adult. I think she's in like her mid-20s, and she's still trying to figure her life out. And all of a sudden, this guy, Nick Radcliffe, shows up and like woos her mom, and she's suspicious from the jump. Okay, so she does her own research on him, and the things that we find out: he's conned women out of money. And one would like to think, could that ever happen to you? Could a man really like get money up out of you? And I'm too broke for that. Maybe back in my early 20s, I might have been desperate for love, but not to the point where I'm giving you thousands and thousands of dollars. First of all, I ain't got thousands and thousands of dollars, so there's that. He wouldn't have been able to con me out of no money. Yeah, this was a really, really good book. I think you should definitely check it out. I can't wait to read more books from this author. Now, this was the last book I read. Let me take another bite. Hold on. Now, let me finish chewing my food. Now I'm reading Real by Kennedy Ryan. So good. This is obviously a thicker book, so it's taking me a little longer to read. I love the way that she writes. It's very poetic to me. There is Neva, and then there's Cannon. Neva wants to be like a big actress, and she meets Cannon, which he is a movie/film director, and they eventually end up falling for each other. Only halfway through the book. I started it on Sunday, and today is Wednesday. I am on chapter 42. Chapter 38 was definitely my fave. It's when the romance actually began, because all the chapters before is kind of leading up to this moment, and it's like, when is it gonna happen? When are they gonna get together? And then they finally get together, and oh my gosh. So if you get to chapter 38 in this book, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Now, the next book on my reading journey is The Mad Wife by Megan Church. And I love a good suburban housewife type story. Like, I love movies like this. I feel like the books that I read is equivalent to the movies and TV series that I like to watch on TV. Lulu Mayfield has spent the last 5 years molding herself into the perfect 1950s housewife. Despite the tragic memories that haunt her and the weight of exhausting expectation, she keeps her husband happy, her household running, and her gelatin salads the talk of the neighborhood. But after she gives birth to her second child, Lulu's carefully crafted life begins to unravel. When a new neighbor, Bitsy, moves in, Lulu suspects that something darker lurks behind the woman's constant smile. As her fixation on Bitsy deepens, Lulu is drawn into a web of unsettling truths that threaten to expose the cracks in her own life. The more she uncovers about Bitsy, the more she questions everything she thought she knew. And soon, others begin questioning her sanity. But is Lulu truly losing her mind, or is she on the verge of discovering a reality too terrifying to accept? That in itself makes me want to read this. I'm just really excited about my reading journey. I think I finally found my hobby, and I'm just excited for that. I'm gonna finish my breakfast and then we're gonna get some reading in. Join me. So I just got to the part, Neva, which is the main protagonist, is that what they call them? She has lupus. So as she's filming for this film and falling in love with Cannon, he doesn't know that she has lupus. And now she's starting to have like these rashes that are coming up and that her hair is falling out. The only thing that she's told him is that she has like a skin condition. But he doesn't know that she has lupus because she doesn't want them to think that she's incapable of doing the part. And yeah, so it's starting to flare up again, and yeah, that's the chapter I'm on. I low-key want to go outside and read for a little bit because it's kind of it's not like too hot, but it's not too cold, and it's a cute little vibe out there. So let's go outside. It's the next day and I just finished this book. It was so good. It made me cry. So the main character, she also has this strained relationship with her sister and her mom. It's just a beautiful story, and I cried because it just reminded me of the relationship I have with my own mother. I've spoken about this before, and it just made me sad, and I like cried for a little bit. But this story is told so beautifully. I would definitely give it a 5 stars. I want to read y'all a few of the lines that just pulled at my heartstrings. Hope lures you from safety, makes you dream again of things you thought impossible. It coaxes you out of your fears. Hope is the most dangerous element in the world. I love that. Tomorrow is the most presumptuous word in the world, because who knows if you even get that. Yesterday, spilled milk and old news. You can't do nothing about how you messed up or fell short or didn't do yesterday. The only thing you can do with today is make it count, because soon it will be tomorrow. Better todays make better tomorrows. And if you don't get tomorrow, at least you have today. And it was one more. I realized I loved her just before I realized I could lose her. And that has tortured me. I've known the pain of losing the person you love most in the world. That is the risk of love. What makes it a radical act. You pour everything into another person who is bound by fragile humanity. You could lose them at any time, but you can't reason with your heart. This book really was beautifully written. It kind of was healing in a way. And I don't think I've ever had a book that made me cry. Definitely add this to your next read if you have not read. And if you have read, let's talk about it in the comments. I hope y'all enjoyed my first reading vlog, first of many. If you are new here, welcome. Please don't forget to subscribe and join the healing tribe. And if you are returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your healing journey. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next one. Peace.